Hello, hello. Welcome to day 1274 of Connecting the Thoughts. Quote for today is: when you let go, you also flow. When you let go, you also flow. And what do I mean by this? Let's find out on the other side of the show reel. Tag a friend who needs to receive this message. It could be someone who's holding on to many things. It could be someone who's learned to let go, or it could just be someone that you would want to share some positivity with. So, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you on the other side of the show reel. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome back to the conversation on day 1274 of Connecting the Thoughts. Quote for today is: when you let go, you also flow. And as I was saying this, the thought that came to my mind was of a little stream or of a little canal that you might have created, that might have been created, those irrigation systems. And what happens when a little wedge or a little stone gets stuck in the canal or gets stuck in the flow, in that little stream, in that it what happens is it then gets edged over there, and any other impurity that follows therefrom begins to hold on to it, begins to solidify on it, it begins to sediment on it. And then that begins to build up and build up and build up until it clogs the stream. It begins to make a wall of its own. So, when you hold on to a past experience, and it could be anything way past as your childhood, and a lot of us are holding on to fears and failures and labels from our past. So we're holding on to these experiences of our past, and then we begin to look at any other new experience that comes our way with that filter. We do not let it pass through until it goes through that filter. Hi Yasin, thank you for joining. So we look at we all other experiences then that come through begin to kind of cling on to this old experience, old negative experience, and then they begin to solidify that thought in your mind. They begin to stay there, they begin to create a wall, they begin to create a limiting belief, because they have then fortified your expression, they have fortified your experience, and you begin to see that, okay, this is how it is, this is how it happened. Yes, 1274 today. Thank you. Rocking indeed. So, what are you taking from this conversation? When you have that little boulder, that little pebble that might have actually gotten stuck in the canal in the first place, what if you could, use a little bit of pressure and let that stone flush out? So if you would let it go, what would happen is anything else, any other impurities that come through on the other side will then flow out too. You have to let go. When you let go, you also flow. You are able to flow in the stream of life. You are able to flow. Your experiences are able to flow in the stream of light. There are no bumps that they have to go through. There are no walls that they have to flow over. They are in smooth flow. There is no choppiness in the journey. There is no choppiness in the experience of life. And you are able to connect with yourself so powerfully. So these are my thoughts. It is important that you let go. I am known as the smile strategist because of my 5-step formula. And those of you who heard me before, L is the one, and I've presented this in different countries to different kinds of audiences. And L is the one on which everybody gets stuck, because L is let things go. And when I say let things go, I'm talking about forgiveness. The first person that you need to forgive is your own self, because you allowed something to hurt you that much. Um, Thank you. Yasin says, when you let go, you are also in flow. Will it work in the corporate world? As such, what prevailing now? Okay, so yes, it does. It does prevail also in the corporate world. How? When you are working with somebody who might be your senior or your junior or maybe a team member, if there has been a past experience of uneasiness or something, talk it out, let that go, talk it out to your friend, don't hold it within you. Then it becomes like that little pebble that's becoming a wedge in the stream of trust, right? It begins to interrupt your trust of your friend, of your colleague, of your team member. So if there is something that is there, then you speak it out, you make it clear, you communicate clearly to them, you lay out your expectation, you receive their expectations, you make the communication as clear as possible, and then there will be flow. How should we flow? We should flow by not holding any grudges, by not holding past experiences as constant lens through which you are looking at life. Because, yeah, past, yes, it did happen. Therefore, it is important to make sure that you are speaking to the person from a place of respect, from a place of trust, hope, and kindness. What is the best strategy to follow? Let's take this up one on one. This is what is the best strategy to follow. You need to speak to the person. You need to understand from the person what their expectations are. You need to put out what your expectations are and speak to them as clearly and openly as possible. And also, it's important to reflect back the communication. If you hear something from the person, ask them, is this what you meant? Get as much crystal clear clarity as you can on the communication. I hope that was of help. Thank you for those questions. And yes, definitely, if this conversation has been of value to you, please write in comments saying, I am in flow. Please write in comments. I trust Yasin would do that. So I am in flow in comments if this has been of value to you. Tag a friend who needs to receive this message. And if you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, because here's where I post daily videos on the little things that make life big. What are the parameters in this? I really think we can take this up one to one, Yasin. I don't really understand what you mean by what are the parameters in this. Parameters in terms of the conversation, parameters in terms of the expectations, or what exactly are you working towards? This is again me looking for clarity in the communication. It's just an example of how you can go about it. So until tomorrow, keep smiling. I always in flow. So I am is the words that we are using the power of. So I am always in flow. Nice to know that. Thank you so much for joining. And until tomorrow, keep smiling, keep shining, stay safe, and thank you for connecting the thoughts with me. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you.